Hey there, Dr. Brian coming to you on Tuesday from the Hills practice at the end of the day. Had a good day with new associate Dr. Paul Park, and he's going to be a great asset to the team. Now on the way down I was listening to recordings at a conference that I'm going to next year, so recordings of last year. Can't listen to a conference I haven't been to. And just listening to other successful business people and realizing that I guess what motivates me to offer value and look after you is to really advocate for the role of non-medical options for your healthcare. Every day I see extraordinary results as a result of the things I do, and I'm kind of getting a bit sick of the idea that we can't talk about it and it's not evidence-based, and I suspect there's a level at which that's a dog whistle to sideline therapies that are more manual, that aren't part of the current medical paradigm. I'm not going to focus on that because that's not going to get me anywhere. However, what I do believe is that the individual gets a result and that's what matters for them. What matters to you is what matters to you. So you pick what's important, and then we work together, and your body will produce results as a result of a number of different inputs. We know that structure governs function. That is physics, that's actually structure, it's geometry, it's what happens in gravity-based structures, whether it's a building or a person. There are certain things that actually have to happen, and when we've tried to design robots that emulate people, it's just a stupid amount of clever work, and they are never remotely as good as the person. And there's millions of dollars of research gone into designing a knee that can operate a bit like a person's knee, and they're kind of fun to watch, but you can see their limitations are fairly huge. And oh my goodness me, we can get it to open a door handle. Yeah, well, a 3-year-old can do that if they're of normal developmental pattern, they're doing that even younger. So, that's pretty impressive, but what we have is an extraordinary capacity of the body to self-regulate, to monitor, to measure. Yes, it does go wrong at times, but if you look back through the story and look through the person's activities and choices, then it's almost like, well, why didn't it happen sooner? If you're eating this diet, if you're doing these movements or not, if you're not moving, if you're eating these things, you have these beliefs, which leads you to feel in a certain state of dis-ease. If you stay like that for long enough, the dis-ease will lead to some sort of change in the physiology. It's just a fact. The body works in this three-dimensional way. What we see and what we see is a result of what we believe, and what we believe leads to what we get. So if we believe in something strongly, and it's how we always think, or how we think in a majority and a balance on that subject, we will constantly have events that actually match that. And when you speak to someone, you'll often find that they had a belief that created their experience. And there's a lovely little tale from someone I was listening to. So she's a coach, if you like, in this area of you are what you believe. And she was telling us tale that she had been going from one place to another in the US, and she was flying on an airline that she refused to name, and then she did. And her experience on that airline has always been bad. They've always been delayed. And sure enough, this time the flight was delayed. So she thought, well, and usually what happens is they say they're going to board and then there's further stretching delays. So she went to another airline, and there was quite expensive, short-haul ticket at the last minute. And then she discovered that she'd missed a flight, and the next one was going to be 1 hour before the flight that she was, due to be setting off. So she walked away and thought, well, that was a good way not to spend $800 or whatever. Anyway, she checked in, and of course the flight was delayed 3 more times, and they finally set off much later. And in the waiting area, she entertained with the crowd, talking about the man who, when he checked in with this airline, said, could you send one bag to Tulsa, one to Oklahoma, or one to San Francisco? And they said, oh no, sir, we can't do that. He said, well, you did it last week really well, and with lots of laughter. And of course, when she got to her destination, her bag did not arrive, and it turned out that it had gone to somewhere else. So even in joking about the fact that she had a belief that bags get lost, and it was very much in her mind when the bags were being loaded, the universe or the gods, whatever, her experience actually lined up with what she was thinking about. You can call it coincidence, you can say it's got nothing to do with it, but if you analyse your own life, you'll often find that, you pick up that extra plate, you don't think, your little voice in your head says, don't pick it up, and you think, of course I can, and then halfway, to the destination, someone knocks your elbow and it goes scooting out of your hand, or it's slippery and you drop it. So constantly this is proven in our daily experience. So the body is just another barometer of what you believe, and our whole experience is actually that. So when we work with the body in 3 dimensions and work with the structure, the biochemistry and the beliefs, we actually get an extraordinarily powerful outcome for the individual. And that is their creation, and we're here as a deliverer and an accelerator of the process. And I believe that's what we want to create, or we have created it, where we're going to deliver it. A system that gets you from where you are to where you'd love to be, and help you to pave over the difficult bits and actually resolve the issues that stop you achieving your goal. So I will keep you in touch, and we will set forth various avenues where you can access this course of amazing health, decoding your amazing body and understanding it so you can have the best experience possible in the body you've got. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.